The mayor runs the meeting for the
Yes.
financing.
Yes.
Okay, roll call, please.
Council members Raymond.
Here.
Friedman.
Here.
Najarian.
Here.
Weaver.
Here,
Mayor Quintero.
Here, for a roll call for the Glendale Financing Authority.
Majority members Raymond.
Here.
Friedman.
Here.
Najarian.
Here.
Weaver.
here.
Chairman Quintero.
Here.
I think this is the first time, Mr. Mayor,
That's
ever
right.
called roll for the financing authority.
No, second time.
Second time.
We established the LAIF account several weeks ago.
Actually, the third time, because the financing authority was created and needed for the
Three
police
times.
building bonds.
Right, which
In
concerns
13
us.
years?
May we have your report, please?
Let me read the report and an item into the record. The agenda for the June 23rd, 2009 joint meeting of the Glendale City Council and the Glendale Financing Authority was posted on Thursday, June 18, 2009 on the bulletin board outside City Hall. Before you is the Director of Administrative Services and Finance regarding Amendment Number 1 to Standby Purchase Agreement relating to the City of Glendale and the Glendale Financing Authority Variable Rate Demand Certificates of Participation 2000 Police Building Project and approving related legal documents. And 1A is a resolution of the City Council for the City of Glendale authorizing the execution and delivery of Amendment Number 1 and approving related documents, certificates, and actions. And that B is a resolution of the Board of Directors of the City of Glendale Financing Authority authorizing the execution and delivery of Amendment Number 1 and approving related documents, certificates, and actions.
Mr. Starbird.
Yes, let me go to Bob Elliott, Director of Finance, for the staff report. Bob?
Mr. Mayor, members of the council and authority, you are correct. This is a unprecedented move, basically because this agreement had been done verbally in the past, but with the tightening of the credit markets, we had to go to a formal amendment to the standby purchase agreement. In a nutshell, we worked, and Zinda Jimenez from my staff put a lot of legwork in this to formalize this agreement for your approval. The increase, there's quite a bit of increase in costs. It's going from 20 basis points to 130 basis points. What that translates to is about a $600,000 per year increase in providing this, and that's just a sign of the banking industry. We have been advised by our bond counsel this is a tremendous deal in this market, and we did shop it to a lot of different agencies. Very few were interested, and with higher costs. So with that, we're recommending our...
What are you recommending, Mr. Elliott? Mr. Starbird.
Yes, this is like recommending that we gulp and go ahead and let them hold us up.
Yeah.
I will say that had this sort of rate been in effect at the time we issued these bonds, it would have made the bonds infeasible, because there was then projected to be a fairly traditional historical spread between what we would pay on bonds of this nature and what we could likely expect to make on the funds that do not legally secure the bonds, but which the City Council set aside to make the payments. We have a little less than $50 million set up in a reserve that allows us then to earn interest, legal arbitrage interest, for which we then utilize that to pay the bonds. And that allowed us to reduce the amount of capital that we need to put into the building. The historic traditional spread between a floating rate of this nature and what you could make in a public investment is about 125 basis points. Now, for the past 9 years these bonds have been in effect, we have far exceeded that. At least twice what was expected. So we've done tremendously well the first almost 10 years. But the original analysis was based on that 125 basis point spread. This kind of charge would have essentially wiped that out. And back then, had we known this, we would have said, well, it doesn't make any sense to do these kinds of bonds. So this is very disconcerting. And these costs, if indeed we get back to the point where this type of bond is earning a higher interest rate, these other types of fees may begin to go down. But if they don't, the day could come that we're better off defeasing these bonds and moving out of the COPs.
Okay. Any comments, Mr. Elliott?
One note I may add, the current rate that we are being charged on the bonds is 0.2%, so it is relatively low interest rate. So this bump in fees does take up a lot of the spread, as Mr. Starbird said, but at this point, we really have no other options.
Okay, would you like to explain the investor puts on the bonds, Mr. Elliott?
Particularly, no.
I'm just
These are
kidding.
variable rate weekly certificates, and absent any investors, this is what the agreement, the bank steps in and provides that facility.
And for a very long, long time, I mean, literally, at least the last couple of years, our weekly rate has been less than 1%. So these bonds are being picked up for relatively short-term investment by people and institutions that just want to preserve their capital. It's viewed as a very secure investment, and this project does not carry with a traditional bond insurance. Communities that have projects that have bond insurance were this last summer receiving rates that were frankly astronomical on their bonds at a time that we were still clipping along at less than 1% because it's viewed as being a very secure bond issue.
All right, thank you. We need a motion.
Mayor, I'll move 1A for the council.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmembers Draymond,
Yes.
Friedman,
Yes.
Najarian,
Yes.
Weaver,
Aye.
Mayor Quintero.
Yes.
Mayor, 1B for the financing authority.
Second.
Roll call.
Authority members Draymond,
Yes.
Friedman,
Yes.
Najarian,
Yes.
Weaver,
Aye.
Chair Quintero.
Yes.
I'll move to adjourn for the city council.
Second.
Move to join for the finance authority.
We are adjourned.
See you.